When hip-hop meets Westminster, how three Irish rappers sent British politics into meltdown. Right. So picture this. You're Keir Starmer. You've just become Prime Minister, and your to-do list is already giving you migraines. Maybe you're thinking your biggest headache will be the economy, the housing crisis, or even sorting out the NHS. But no, your first real crisis comes courtesy of three lads from Belfast who rap in Irish and have just told an entire festival crowd to kill your local MP. Welcome to 2025, folks, where hip-hop meets Westminster and nobody's got the faintest clue what the rules are anymore. What's up, UK Plug family? I'm back with your weekly dose of political madness. This time, a story so British it hurts. Today, we're wading into the Glastonbury controversy that's got everyone from Downing Street to your nan's WhatsApp group absolutely losing their minds. Grab your wellies and your sense of irony. We're going full Worthy Farm. First things first, let's meet our protagonists, Kneecap, three Irish lads who looked at traditional folk music, shrugged, and decided it wasn't quite angry enough for them. Their stage names, Moglai Bap, Mo Cha, and DJ Provide, sound like something you'd order at a hipster cafe, but apparently they mean business in Belfast. These aren't your run-of-the-mill chart toppers crooning about heartbreak. Kneecap's idea of a love song is a breakup letter to the British establishment, delivered with the subtlety of a brick through a window. They rap in both Irish and English, which is either a beautiful celebration of cultural identity or a terrorist plot, depending on which tabloid you read. Yes, I'm being sarcastic, but only slightly. So, how did three rappers with a penchant for controversy end up giving the Prime Minister sleepless nights? It started with frontman Liam Mo Cha Ohana waving a Hezbollah flag at a gig. Now, my mum always told me there are three things you don't do at parties. Don't drink the punch, don't be the last to leave, and definitely don't wave flags supporting Iranian-backed militant groups. Apparently, nobody gave Mo Cha the memo, but the plot thickened. At another show, Kneecap told the crowd to kill your local MP and declared, the only good Tory is a dead Tory. Now, I've heard some rough political criticism in my time, but this is like using a sledgehammer to crack a walnut. If the walnut was the entire British political system. The fallout? Mo Cha was charged with a terrorism offense. When he showed up to court, supporters chanted Free Palestine and Free Mo Cha, because nothing says dignified legal proceedings like a political rally outside the courthouse. You'd think that would be enough to get them cancelled faster than a Netflix series nobody's watching. But no, this is where British bureaucracy collides with festival culture. Enter Keir Starmer, looking every inch the headmaster who just discovered someone's been putting whoopee cushions on all the staff room chairs. He told The Sun, because nothing says serious political discourse like the country's favourite tabloid, that it was not appropriate for Kneecap to perform at Glastonbury. Not appropriate. Mate? This is the same festival where people roll around in mud for 5 days and call it a spiritual experience. The bar for appropriate at Glastonbury is so low it's practically underground. Starmer wasn't alone. Opposition leader Kimi Badenoch demanded the BBC not broadcast Kneecap performance, because nothing screams freedom of expression like telling the national broadcaster what to air. It's censorship, but with a posh accent. Then, in a move more coordinated than most British governments manage in a full term, 30 music industry bosses wrote a letter demanding Glastonbury drop Kneecap. But plot twist, over 100 musicians signed a counter letter supporting the group. That's like getting the entire cast of EastEnders to agree on something, unheard of, unless the cause is seriously important. And here comes the most British response of all. Emily Evers, Glastonbury's organizer, basically told everyone to pipe down. Everyone is welcome here, she said. It's a festival equivalent of, I'm not angry, just disappointed. Kneecap's manager, Dan Lambert, saw the storm coming. He told Reuters they expected pressure, especially because Glastonbury is an institution. But the organizers didn't even bring it up, professional as a cup of tea and twice as British. Meanwhile, Mo Cha's defense, they are playing characters on stage. Because nothing says fictional performance art like terrorism charges and court dates. It's method acting taken to its logical or illogical extreme. So what does this saga mean for British politics and free speech? Buckle up. This is a perfect storm of Irish nationalism, Palestinian solidarity, British political sensitivity, festival culture, and terrorism laws all colliding like a multi-car pileup on the M25 during rush hour. The real question isn't whether Kneecap should perform. They're performing whether politicians like it or not. The question is, when did Britain become so fragile that 3 rappers with microphones could send the entire political establishment into a meltdown? This is a country that survived the Blitz, built an empire, and invented both queuing and complaining about the weather as national sports. But 3 Irish rappers? That's apparently our kryptonite. Whether you see Kneecap as dangerous revolutionaries or just 3 lads taking the piss, there's one thing for sure. They've done what most politicians can only dream of. Got everyone talking about them. In a world where attention is currency, they're basically printing money. So, what do you think? Are Kneecap dangerous extremists or misunderstood artists? Should politicians dictate festival lineups? Let me know. Just try and keep it less controversial than waving a militant flag. And don't forget, in the circus of British politics, nobody comes out unscathed. Until next time, this is UK Plug, where politics meets reality, and nothing is ever quite as simple as it seems.